Hello, everyone. I caught a bit of a chill yesterday, so it has cooled down a little bit. Not too much, but it has cooled down a little. And still spent a lot of time in the pool yesterday. I had so much fun with my oldest granddaughter. I spent a little too much time in the pool. When I got out, I realized that first of all, I looked like one of those raisins. You call it the raisins. Where your skin's just all. Oh, it's this stuff from the candle. Your skin is all wrinkled up. And I'm going a little. And and then with wet hair, went into air conditioned environment, and I paid for it a bit last night. Yeah, so still paying for it a little. So if I cough more than usual, that's why. I'm not a spring. So sometimes I forget. I'm getting older. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Uh, or a kid that can handle that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've got to be a little more. I realized last. I said, "Gosh, I gotta pay a little bit more attention to things like that." Yes. Okay. Well, anyway, there. No biggie. It's all good. Yes. Oh, then I saw another one. I don't know why I can I don't know why that stuff pops up, but it does. A guy made a little 10-minute little video of people who have, for one reason or another, right, moved to Russia, right, and well, too bad. A few years later, now when Russia is in at war, um, they drafted the husband of this American family to go to the front lines, and the wife is just, oh my gosh, prayers, that they'll use him for his talents, and okay, what are people thinking? And then there are others, that, okay, what are they thinking? That moving to Russia is going to give them a better life or something than they have here in the United States? I'm from Europe. I was 20 when I left Switzerland. There are some things that are really great there. Right? For example, if you have a meltdown, yes, you're a drug user, then you kind of go a little nuts or whatever, and you end up, in in psychiatric care or whatever, and preferably I say, picked up some kind of a disease along the way. You're pretty well taken care of in Switzerland. Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, I know that. I know from uh, uh, that from people I know very, very, very well there. And you're taken care of the rest of your life. Yeah, it's pretty nifty. Yeah, I have to say, you get quite a bit of money. It's pretty amazing. Um, they want to keep people like that. It seems out of the. Okay, I'm just saying. And so that's kind of the same. Okay, the same as it is here. I'm not sure if exactly. I don't really know anybody here. I know them in Switzerland. Don't know anybody here who's on SSI, as they call it here, and so I don't know, but I do know in Switzerland you're very well taken care of. Yes, when after you messed up like that. And of one case I know, at a young age, a great worker to begin with, and somehow went off the rails and comes back out. Now, then in his early 20s, now he doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his life. He's been now proclaimed not sane per se, though lives by himself, does everything for himself. There's, I guess has to go to therapy once a month or something. I don't know, take some pills, and does nothing but sit on the couch and watch TV and play games, and that's about it. Yeah. Yes. So there you go. I guess he lives the life he wants to live. Anyway, but there's one thing in Switzerland you can't do. If you're not from a very well off family, you are not going to college and you're not going to university. Done. It is just about exclusively for everyone else. It is trade school. Yes, don't matter how smart you are, does not matter. If your parents don't have the money to send you lots of money, you're not going. Big difference to here in the United States, isn't it? Yes, okay. You do well enough in school here, you're going to college. And if you go in-state, to an in-state college, yes, yeah. Make some commitments afterwards to also go further and get your master's and all. You have a free ride here. Yes. So, don't get it why people would leave this country for, for something like that. You know what? Stupid. Okay, had my say there. Anywho, yeah, I guess that's why, to me, when I hear all these people complaining about things here, I don't care who you are, okay? Here in the United States, I'm not getting it. I don't get it. I will never get it, okay? Yeah. So, because I know the other coin of that as well. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Switzerland otherwise was okay. But I have to tell you that the one thing, too, that I found when I came to this country and then started living my life here, even though Switzerland, there's nothing where it's not like you're not free there, but when it came to everything here, everything was more free. I felt more free in everything that I could do here. Just saying. Yes. And it wasn't because of laws. It also had to do with society, with the society. Yes? Yeah. Just saying. So, yeah. I have experience there. Yes. And don't get it. Why any American born, American citizen would have anything to complain about. Just saying. Okay. So, we are in Ecclesiasticus, the book of Ecclesiasticus 14. True happiness. Blessed is anyone who has not sinned in speech, and who needs feel no remorse for sins. Blessed is anyone whose conscience brings no reproach, and who has never given up hope. That's true. That's interesting. Blessed is anyone who has not sinned in speech. That's an interesting one on how that is worded, huh? Yes? Okay. Envy and greed. Wealth is not the right thing for the niggardly. Oh, niggardly. Okay. It's in the Bible. Sorry. Okay. I know what it means. People want to make a big deal out of it. You know what? I so don't even care. Okay. If growing up in California, having lived in Berkeley, California for a long time, 18 years. Okay. 18 years. That's a pretty long time. And lived in mixed race, mixed communities. Okay. Yeah, I gotta mention that so people understand. That one race, it's fine for them to say and call each other whatever and using these words, and that to white people are completely taboo. They're not allowed. They're not allowed to say them, use them, or this. That's, you know what? Never heard of anything so ridiculous. All right. I feel that I have experienced the most freedom in this country. And I visited a lot of places in the world, spent enough time in some of them, that you could just tell, whoa, okay, this is how it is here. And also heard some of the most ridiculous things that people are doing out there. I just have to stay away from it. It's not like my freedom has been taken away, right? Yes, that's not All right. It's just the way people think. And so, either some words are taboo, and the reason is because it's disrespectful. But then it should be disrespectful, to be understood to be disrespectful for everyone. Yes? And otherwise, it's again just, are you kidding me? Why can't I say that? If it's appropriate, I wouldn't say something like that. I don't care what other races, whatever they are called, or have these degrading words to describe, okay, their bad behavior in their race, whatever. Okay, I wouldn't use these words. Okay, yeah, interesting that came up here. Let's read this one more time. But I also know how it is meant here. Yes, and interestingly enough, why is this word even in here, right? What does this word have to do with the Jews? Just wondering. Wealth, so who picked up that word? For what reason is using it, but others can't? Oh, interesting. Should go study up on that. Yes? Okay. Wealth is not the right thing for the niggardly, and what use are possessions to the covetous. Whoever hoards by stinting himself is hoarding for others, and others will live sumptuously on his riches. So we watched Hoarders again yesterday, and don't take this the wrong way. If the people want to, as I said, the reason they have to clean up their homes is because, man, that's it. It in most of these places is pretty bad. When it comes to, they could be spreading all kinds of really old timey diseases, just like the plague. Okay. And there was again one guy said, "Oh, I don't have to. This is for someone else. That's going to come in handy for somebody else." I'm like, whoa. I mean, these people don't realize that. Okay, how can you lie to yourself like that? I mean, here we're watching and going, yeah, right. If that were the case, then he would have already given some stuff away. Yes? Oh, the right person hasn't come along. Uh-huh. In how many years? And has he ever given anything away? Yes? Okay, just saying. That's no, you're not hoarding for others. You're absolutely hoarding for yourself. That's just a good way of, no. Sounds good, but is it true? Anyway. This is how his wickedness repays him. If he does any good, he does it unintentionally, and in the end, he himself reveals his wickedness. Wicked the person who has an envious eye, averting his face and careless of others' lives. The eye of the grasping is not content with what he has. Greed shrivels up the soul. The miser is grudging of bread. There is famine at his table. Oh, that's sad. My child, treat yourself as well as you can afford. Oh, wow, okay. And bring worthy offerings to the Lord. Okay, the second line is important, okay? Yeah, okay. Remember that death will not delay. Now here comes the warning. And that you have never seen Shoal's contract. Well, you know what? Really? Nobody knows what that's going to be like? Because I feel like that's more than we got than actually, hey, how do you live properly? Right? So you're not going to that place. Right? Yes? Okay. Be kind to your friend before you die. Treat him as generously as you can afford. Yep, just before you die. Do not refuse yourself the good things of today. Do not let your share of what is lawfully desired pass you by. Will you not have to leave your fortune to another, and the fruit of your labor to be divided by lot? Okay, envy and greed, what does that have to do with envy and greed? when it comes down to it. Are you guys hearing that? Or is it just me again now? Give and receive, enjoy yourself. There are no pleasures to be found in show. Uh, he sounds exactly like someone else that where we read. What was it? What was that? Was it the book of Job? Okay, so he sounds just like someone else. I can't quite remember which book it was, but it sounds exactly the same. Live it up, because guess what? Right? Yes, this is not the first time we're hearing this. Like clothes, everybody will wear out. The age old law is everyone must die. Like foliage growing on a bushy tree, some leaves falling, others growing. So are the generations of flesh and blood. One dies, another is born. Every achievement rots away and perishes, and with it goes its author. Okay, well, what does that have to do with envy and greed? I don't get it. Okay, you know what? Okay. The happiness of the sage. Blessed is anyone who meditates on wisdom. Yeah. You're welcome. And reasons with intelligence. Yeah. Who studies her ways in his heart and ponders her secrets. He pursues her like a hunter and lies in wait by her path. That's written like a man. He peeps in at He peeps in at her windows and listens at her doors. He lodges close to her house and fixes his peg in her walls. He pitches his tent at her side and lodges in an excellent lodging. He sets his children in her shade and camps beneath her branches. He is sheltered by her from the heat, and in her glory he makes his home. Who the heck would understand any of that? I know what he's talking about, but at that time, I thought people were so dumb in a way, right? Okay, I already said before, they knew a lot of stuff. Seems like the same thing as we know now. Have we made any progress? In some areas, I feel like we have. Yes, not all around the world, but in some places in the world. I feel like in the United States here, except for that, we also absolutely killed off just about a whole people. Okay, so we shouldn't be. Okay, just saying. Uh, otherwise, we have, which is a horrible thing to do, and but already talked about that. But when it comes to certain other things, I feel like the United States to this day, and even though people can say whatever they want, we're a good example out there to the rest of the world. We really are. Go read up on history, okay? And then see what the people are able to do here. And I'm not just talking, I'm talking about experience. Coming here with nothing. Oh, but that was a long time ago. At that time, my children are doing the exact same thing. It is still possible. The American dream is. But you gotta work. You work. Yes, you work. Mm. And it can be done without a college degree as well. So, just saying, it's possible here in the United States. Anyway, just saying. Not quite getting this one here. I mean, I'm sure it's got true happiness, the happiness of the sage. Why this is in here, really, Ecclesiasticus, what does he really have? This is about his life. This is as if, I use a lot of examples from my life, but can my life, I mean, why isn't my life in here? I could just write a book here for the Bible about my experiences on everything, on the same stuff, use the same titles, and then write my little blurb, right, about my life. Basically, that's what I feel like here. Ecclesiasticus, right? That's what is in here. I'm not getting. I'm not getting what I should be getting. out of this, which is guidance, proper guidance. Yes? It's very self centered. It comes across very self centered. So, anyway, there is that. Ow. My trigger thumb still hasn't untriggered. Anywho, so if Ecclesiasticus offended you guys with the word he used here, or was the word that was used here, or translated, he didn't, I don't know how he used, it's a translation, there you go, yeah. So how that got, then, you have to, I don't know, it's in the Bible, so, again, who's misusing the word actually, and why anybody would do that. But it seems to have, when it comes down to it, and in the way that it's being used here, it has a completely different meaning. Yes? Yeah. Okay. So, go with that. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. I don't care. And that is that. Oh, this is a short one, a shorter one. Yes. Yeah, I can tell it's tickling constantly in my throat here. I've got to go make me some tea. Have all the children today, plus one of my oldest granddaughter's friends came to visit, and I'll probably have my grandson's friend here too. So it'll be a full house, won't it? Yes. Okay, that's all I have to share this morning. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect, and guide you, and embrace you with love. Elders, I didn't get to say that yesterday, I don't think, because I ran out of time. I love you, my dearest brother in faith. Let's keep praying. Yes? Okay. And I will talk to y'all another time.